house when he chose to get vulgar with me and aggressive.
How many times have you been arrested?
4 times, ma'am.
An online connection immediately crashes.
This is somebody that you know for 24 hours.
Yes, I felt comfortable with him at the time.
Evidently, you had bad judgment.
And his new connection hopes for a reboot.
He served jail time for domestic violence. What makes you think that you're going to be any different? Someone who lived with friends who got pulled over and the car was impounded because they found drug paraphernalia in the car. Does anybody have a police report for me to look at? I'd like to take a look at it. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Listen, you can't help it if you're really stupid.
Judge Judy.
Somebody should have a title that says lien on it. How much was this truck?
Altogether $9 grand. That's with tax, title, and license.
In whose name is the truck?
Hers.
Whose?
April's.
Is the truck in your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Go get it.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheinman. This is Judge Judy. 24-year-old April Krentke is suing her ex-boyfriend, Tyler Milligan, for the unpaid balance on a truck he forced her to co-sign for.
Order. All rise. Case number 105 on the calendar, the matter of Krentke versus Milligan.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Ms. Krentke, this is your case. You allege that sometime in February of this year, you met the defendant online. You met him online. He came. You had your first meeting in person on February 20th. You liked him. You lived with your 1-year-old daughter, and he stayed the night. You claim the next day he kidnapped you and forced you to co-sign for a truck that he wanted. And you did co-sign for the truck. According to you, while you didn't see him again, you kept in touch with him because you were hoping that he'd make the payments on the truck. And now you're stuck because your name is a co-signatory on a loan.
That is not entirely correct, Your Honor.
Well, then let's have it. Did you meet him on February 20th?
I met him on February 20th.
And he came to your house?
Yes, ma'am. He came to my house.
And he spent the night?
And he spent the night, yes.
And
then from there, we decided that...
You took your year-old daughter with you?
I also have my witness here that was with me on the very first day when Tyler came to my house. And then she was also there the following night when I did go back to his house when he chose to get vulgar with me and aggressive. And she has a restraining order on him also as well. As far as like the vulgar and the aggressiveness.
Just a second. Can I see a police report?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Milligan, how old are you, sir?
26, ma'am.
How many times have you been arrested?
4 times, ma'am.
Last time is when?
I was just released on June 8th of this year.
What was your conviction?
Restriction of a 911 call in domestic.
Domestic abuse?
Yes, ma'am.
How many of the 4 arrests were as a result of domestic abuse?
Just 2.
And you're 26 years old.
Yes,
Is it
ma'am.
with the same woman or different women?
Different.
How long was the last time that you spent in jail?
39 days was the longest I've ever spent.
Did any judge ever direct you to anger management?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever have to pay a fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the plaintiff says that the witness who's sitting here to her right has a restraining order against you. Do you know who she is?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a hearing on that restraining order?
No, ma'am.
Have you been to court? Have you been to court?
No, ma'am, I have not.
So she got this restraining order on her own, without you?
Yes.
Were you served with the restraining order?
Yes.
Do you have a return date for that restraining order?
No, ma'am.
Did you default an appearance
No,
on
ma'am.
that? Well, when is the return date?
I have no idea.
Well, you were served with it.
Yes.
Mr. Mulligan, when you're served with a restraining order, it's a temporary restraining order because it's given to you what they call ex parte, which means only the witness, whoever it is, goes in and asks for it, and you are entitled to have a hearing on it. That gives you a return date. You don't know what that return date is?
No, ma'am.
What's the return date?
It was 20 days after the fact of that he could have gone to court. Otherwise,
Did you get a default judgment?
yeah,
Did you go? Not yet.
I did not have to go to court. They just automatically signed the restraining
May I
order.
see it? Were you dating him?
At one point, him and I did date.
Just a second. So this is when you were dating?
No, we were roommates. So
But
we
you
had,
dated. You had
dated.
an intimate, and now you're her roommate?
Nope, I don't live with her. Her and I are friends now. I
Okay,
live
sit
up
down.
with my boyfriend.
Sit down. Sit. You filed this report about a week later.
He knew what it is.
Shh. You filed this report about a week later, February 28th. You spoke to the police officer. Why didn't you want to pursue any charges against the defendant?
I was scared for my safety and my daughter's safety. He does know where I live, and I was afraid of the retaliation that
Did you make an application to any court for a protective order?
I did not at the time.
At any time?
I have not.
Where's the truck?
It's sitting at Porter Service,
What is it doing there?
waiting to be fixed. The wheel bearing had went out previously, and also the brakes. Once I got started the paperwork, I still work, and in the process of working on it, I've got parts en route to fix it. After I got served with the paperwork, after reading what was served to me when I was incarcerated.
Why did you think that she co-signed for this vehicle for you?
So that way I could come back and forth to see her, also for work purposes also.
She knew you for 2 days. What is wrong with you?
Nothing, man. We were previously talking about it. So when she came down to the house, we set up a negotiation about it.
There's no negotiation. I don't understand you. Who was that?
That's my wife.
He's 26 years old, and he's had 2 protective orders in domestic violence cases and served jail time for domestic violence. What makes you think that you're going to be any different?
I don't, I just trust him.
Hmm?
I don't, I just trust him.
You trust him?
Yes.
You think all these people are crazy? You think all these women are crazy?
No.
How much was this truck?
Altogether $9 grand. That's with tax, title, and license.
In whose name is the truck?
Hers.
Whose?
April's.
Is the truck in your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Go get it. Go get it.
I'm actually filing for the
Go get it.
$5,000 amount.
I don't care what you're suing for.
Because
I'm
I
telling
don't
you.
want the truck
I'm
because it's
telling you.
broken.
I'm telling you, go get the truck.
It's broken.
I'm telling you, go get the truck. I'm telling you to go get the truck. I will prepare the order. Now you know where it is. She's going to get the truck. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you interfere with that, she's going to have a copy of this tape. You're going to get arrested again. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And she can't say, well, they don't understand him, and I trust him, because everybody trusts me. She's going to get the truck, and then she's going to sell it. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
If I may add, I do have receipts for 2 parts that I have bought
I
previously.
don't give a rat's behind what you have receipts for. She's going to get the truck, and she's going to sell it, and hopefully get a lot more than $5,000. It's her truck, and she's going to get it. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me the name of the place where it's currently sitting.
Porter Service.
Very good. We'll contact them and let them know that they're not to release it to you. Got it?
Yes. If I can get my belongings out of there, that would be great.
No, you can't go near the truck.
Also,
You can't go near the truck. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect.
what about the towing fees, because the truck is broke down right now? If the truck has to be towed from where it's at currently
I don't deal in ifs. I'm giving you the truck back. That was $9,000.
What about the
You're
damage?
suing him. You're suing him for $5,000. He just bought the truck in February. You're going to be able to sell it for more than $5,000. I would even invest a couple of bucks in fixing it if I were you, so you can sell it or keep it. Go get the truck. It's yours.
Yes, sir.
He's not going to touch it,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you.
Parties are excused, you may step out.
I have absolutely no feelings towards him. I have never had any feelings for him.
We'll just to go see each other so that way we can still date and stuff, but
He is manipulative, vulgar, and just horrible of a person.
she wasn't looking for what I was, and so moved on to bigger and better things.
I feel bad for his new wife, to be completely honest. I am not jealous of her
She was just looking for a hookup, and I wanted marriage and settled down, and here we are.
by any means. I am just completely sorry for her and for her new man.
And now, the next case.
All parties in the matter of Dilla versus Waldrop. Step forward.
Andrew Dilla and his son, 20-year-old Justin, are suing Justin's former friend, 20-year-old Michaela Waldrop, for vehicle expenses and the removal of Justin's name from a title.
Mr. Dilly, you're his father.
Correct.
How old are you?
20.
You have a job.
Yes.
And who do you work for?
Chipotle?
You've been working there for a while?
Yeah, a little over a year.
What do you do?
I'm a kitchen manager.
You have a salary check,
No, it's by the hour.
but you get paid.
Yeah.
Yes. Would be yes. And what do you do?
I just got recently hired as a cashier.
And before that, what did you do?
I was a cashier at Chipotle.
That's how you met each other. And you dated for a while. Terrific. And you wanted a car.
Yes.
And you had saved up for a down payment.
Yes.
How much?
$2,600 in total.
How much did you put down on the car?
$2,600 in total.
Instead of buying, a car for $2,600, you wanted a new car, newish car, and you couldn't get any credit.
Yes.
So this 20-year-old, because he worked for the same place, some bank said, okay, if you co-sign for her now, I've got 2 people on the hook. We'll give her the loan.
Yes.
And the car is in whose name?
It's in both of our names.
And you were dating at the time?
Yes.
Can I see the title?
Your Honor,
What?
the title's not available because it's still being financed.
I want to see the title to the car. Somebody should have a title that says lien on it.
So we have to refinance that.
I just need a title that says lien on it.
This is the original title from Exeter Finance.
All right, so nobody has a title.
The finance company has the titles.
Great. How much is left on the loan?
$10,285 last time I checked.
And who has the car? You do.
I do.
Great. And neither of you are going to be let off this loan because that would be stupid of the loan company because now they have 2 people to go against, right?
Right.
And you have the car. What do you want me to do?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You were the dumb one who let 2 friends who got pulled over and the car was impounded because they found drug paraphernalia in the car. Does anybody have a police report for me to look at? I'd like to take a look at it. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Listen, you can't help it if you're really stupid.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers,
We're normal people just like you.
and together we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
He's not a candidate.
I'm not asking for your vote.
He's not on the ballot.
This isn't about me.
He's Chris Cuomo, and he'd like your support.
You can't do that, Cuomo.
A man of the people,
I report to you and for you.
giving voice to all America.
Asking the questions, listening to answers, allowing debate.
America, you now have a choice.
Be the author of your own ideas. With me, mano a mano.
Choose Chris Cuomo. Weeknights, 8/7 Central on News Nation.
It's Board Law's 3 free sale. Tax-free, interest-free, and delivered free. A 2-piece sectional for $13.88. Tax-free. A rocker recliner for $3.33. Tax-free. And a full or queen cherry sleigh bed for $3.25. Tax-free. And don't forget, take up to 12 months interest-free at Board Laws of Crowley, Jennings, and Marksville.
Everyone in the Lafayette community knows Demand Dudley Devotion.
We're the law firm that loves helping people, especially our fellow Raging Cajun fans.
We're here to serve the Acadiana area.
Closed captioning is provided by
Aaron, you're 21 years old. I know everyone sees a football star, but you're just a baby.
You don't know who you are.
FX's American Sports Story. Aaron Hernandez on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Real cases, real people.
Just shooting. Justin Dillon says former friend Michaela Waldrop owes for damage and impound fees for a car he co-signed for.
Bottom line was you had the car, you broke up. According to him, you lent the car to somebody.
Yes.
And that was a friend of yours, and they got pulled over for some sort of drug infraction. And the police went through the car, took it all apart looking for drugs. What's the name of the genius who you lent the car to?
The friend is Izzy, and actually, the car was reported stolen.
Well, if it was reported stolen, they wouldn't have torn it apart looking for drugs. Was there drug paraphernalia found in the car?
Not to my awareness, no.
Not to your knowledge?
Yes.
Not that you are aware of?
Yes.
Right. On what date was the car loaned to your friend?
February 12th.
And you had had the car for about a month at that
Yes.
time. And you had already broken up with him?
No, we were still together up until February.
Well, February 12th, when you loaned the car to the friend,
Yes.
what was the friend supposed to do with the car?
He was going to go get food and run to his house. I had constant location of him because I had to update.
He was supposed to go get food?
Yes.
All right. And who was he with?
He was with his friend.
He was
who
with
actually
another...
I knew him too.
He was with another friend. And on February 12th, were you and Mr. Dallas still a couple?
No.
When had you broken up?
Yes.
When had you broken up?
Sorry. Around February 2nd.
Who went to get the car from impound? Does anybody have a police report for me to look at? I'd like to take a look at it. Put your hand down. Put your hand down. Listen, you can't help it if you raise stupid.
I have the receipts right here from the getting it out of impound.
I want to see a police report.
We weren't able to get a police report unless we had a subpoena for it.
Let me see the date of impound. You picked up the car from impound?
Correct.
And you have the car?
Correct.
And you're paying for the car?
Correct.
Actually, I paid for April.
Who cares? You were the dumb one who led to friends who got pulled over, and the car was impounded because they found drug paraphernalia in the car. So I don't care if you paid April. What do you want?
If I were to...
You got stuck.
Yeah.
With paying for the car. Are you driving it?
No, I'm not.
Is it insured?
It's the registration.
Is it insured?
No, it's not.
Well, you know you have to have it insured by the loan company.
Okay.
Just what do you mean, okay? Is the car insured?
Car is not insured, never was insured, and the defendant did not insure the car when she took it off the lot.
Listen, that's stupid's fault.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
When you loaned the car to these two idiots, did it have damage on it?
Yeah.
Did it have damage on it?
Welcome to the Cheerios obstacle course.
You were right there. Embarrassing. Yeah, it is. But I got the Honey Nut Cheerio choo-choo train.
Win the day with the Kelsey's favorite cereals.
We realize some home maintenance jobs are worth the risk.
That's when we call Leaf Filter to protect our gutters. Leaf Filter's patented filter technology keeps debris out of your gutters for good. Guaranteed. Call 833 Leaf Filter or visit leaffilter.com.
Don't mind me. I'm just the flu. I'm quite harmless, really. And when people ask, but aren't you into dangerous flu complications like pneumonia, heart attack, and hospitalizations? I just say, but I'm just the flu. It's him. Who? I'm just the flu.
Demand more from your flu shot. Sanofi higher dose flu vaccines are proven to provide better flu protection than standard dose flu shots in older adults. They've even been shown to better protect against flu-related complications.
Don't get Fluzone High Dose if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, including egg products, or after previous dose of flu vaccine. Don't get Flu Block if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components. Tell your healthcare professional if you've had severe muscle weakness after a flu shot. Fainting has occurred. People with weakened immune systems may have a lower vaccine response.
All flu shots are not the same. Ask for a Sanofi higher dose flu vaccine. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about Fluzone High Dose or Flu Block.
I've wanted an eternity with you. From the second I met you.
When you're dealing with the aftermath of a car wreck, you need local, hometown attorneys who understand the struggles you're facing. I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. We've been fighting for our clients in Acadiana for more than 30 years. Our attorneys and legal staff don't just work here, they live here. Their kids go to school here, and giving back is so important to all of us. We recovered over $3 billion for our clients. Now your local hometown attorneys are ready to fight for you. Just call us. Get it done.
The big courtesy kickoff is on now at Courtesy Ford in Breaux Bridge. Get $12,000 off on the 2024 Ford Edge, or get $10,000 off 2024 Ford F-150 plus special financing. Hurry in for game-changing savings at Courtesy in Breaux Bridge.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
Justin Dillon says former friend Michaela Waldron owes for damage and impound fees for a car he co-signed for.
Is the car insured?
The car is not insured, never was insured, and the defendant did not insure the car when she took it off the lot.
Listen, that's stupid's fault.
We were trying to sell the car. We wanted to get monies to be able to pay off the loan and fix the damage that are currently on the car. The car has currently damages on it worth about $5,000.
I'd like to see the damage to the car. Now, unless you can explain to me how the car got damaged.
I was aware.
The two of you broke up in February.
Yes.
On February 12th, you loaned the car to two people, and on February 14th, the plaintiff got the car out of impound by the police.
Yes.
Now, when you loaned the car to these two idiots,
Yes.
did it have damage on it?
Yeah.
Did it have damage on it?
Yes.
What kind of damage did it have on
The
it?
mirror was missing and the back tail light was broken.
How did that happen?
Honestly, I don't know. Because woke up one morning, went out to my driveway and saw it was like that. I thought someone came and actually...
On what date did you find the mirror broken and the taillight damaged?
January 26th.
So on January the 26th, according to you, you and the plaintiff was still a couple because you said you were still a couple in February. That's what you told me a while ago.
Yes.
So while the car was in your possession, it had a missing mirror and a broken taillight.
Yes.
But it didn't have all this other damage.
Not that I know.
Not when you loaned it to your
Yes.
two friends.
Yeah.
So it didn't have all this damage.
No.
Is this the way you retrieved the car from impound?
Yes. And
Who was there with you when you took it out of impound?
my dad.
You were there?
Yes.
When the car came out of impound?
Yes.
When did you take that video?
That day.
And that's the way it looked?
Yes.
Oh.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by.
My life is full of questions. Mom, is yellow light or dark? How do I clean any loose stain? Thankfully, Tide's the answer to almost all of them.
Why do we even buy napkins?
It's Tide. Go to clean my sock. It came with Tide. Do I need to appreciate guacamole? No, Tide. This is chocolate, right? Just juice.
Tide? Yeah.
No matter who's doing it, on what cycle, or in what temperature, Tide works. So I can focus on all the other questions. Do crabs have eyebrows?
For all of life's laundry questions, it's got to be Tide.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
For the latest news on the Ragin' Cajuns, sign up for the Cajun Nation newsletter. Be the first to know about player news and team updates. Visit KLFY.com to sign up.
Coastal Truck Driving School is one of the nation's premier truck driving academies, offering CDL and job placement assistance. We have trained thousands of men and women in the satisfying, lucrative trucking industry. If you are a job seeker or looking to make a career change, start your new career in as little as 4 weeks. Choose a tuition payment that's right for you, including local, state, and federal assistance programs. Our classrooms are following CDC safety guidelines. Go online or give us a call today and start your career in as little as 4 weeks.
Injured? You need resources, experience, power.
Call William G. right now. I'm TV Judge Greg Mathis. And if you think the insurance company is playing games, you're probably right. You need someone whose name they know. A powerful law firm that can get them to pay attention. HelpMeG.com. You deserve every dollar you're entitled to. It could be a lot more than you think.
Click or call right now.
Quest Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics is now booking holiday appointments. Race to book your child's next cleaning today. Whether they're needing just a quick cleaning, orthodontics, or something in between, our friendly staff will make sure your child is comfortable and taken care of. And our patients under 2 get their first visit free. Now with 2 convenient and kid-friendly locations to better serve you. In Lafayette behind Dino's South and Opelousas behind Lily Pad Pediatrics, right off I-49. Hurry, call or visit us online to book your child's appointment today.
mobility scooter or power wheelchair? What about a walker or rollator? Lift chair, stair lift, or wheelchair ramp? Come see us at Mobility Plus. Let us help you go where you want to go today. Mobility Plus, 110 South Oregon Avenue in Broussard.
First the embarrassment, then the pain. You're hurt and you're scared. You're worried about your family and your finances. You may not know where to turn. Turn to us. Give us a call and get BJM by your side today.
Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Do you have an estimate on how much it will cost to fix that car?
I was given a
The answer is either yes or no.
verbal, so.
Well, you can't tell me what somebody else told you.
Then no.
Well, I need an estimate because she's responsible for that. You know, she's an idiot and she's not going to pay for this car and she's not going to get it back because she's totally irresponsible. But the two of you were on the title to the car.
Correct.
If the car was damaged, if you have to sell it, which you clearly do, you have to sell it, and in order to sell it, it has to be repaired. And if I don't have an estimate, I'm going to have to back this up a different way. Bert, would you look up the Blue Book value of a 2015 Mazda 3 Sport?
$10,056.
Well, most of the loan is remaining, and what you're asking for, actually, is $3,259, which I assume is the money that you have so far invested in the car, making the payments so that it wouldn't be repossessed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, that's certainly far less than what you can get if you sold it. And based upon that, you couldn't get anywhere near $10,000 if you had to sell the car this way. You have a counterclaim.
Yes, I do.
It's dismissed. If you can't afford a car, don't buy it.
Actually, I
And
was not allowed to make the first car payment.
if you can't afford a car, don't buy it.
Oh, I was able to afford it.
No, you couldn't afford it because the credit score that you had was insufficient for a $10,000 loan, so you couldn't. And then once you had it, and since you really weren't on the hook for it yourself and you had no job, because at the time you lost your job, you were in between jobs.
Yes.
Yes. And you lent it to some people who were probably using it to sell, transport, do whatever they were doing with drugs. In any event, there was paraphernalia found in the car. $3,200. Judgment for the plaintiff. Your counterclaim's dismissed. We're done here. By the way, we're withholding your money until you sign over the title to him. Thank you. Goodbye.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.